Hello my gorgeous Aries, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you my gorgeous Erini, and it's for October 2022. Your number when it comes to the actual numerology this month is number 278. This is a quite particular number and quite specific number, especially when it comes to you needing to understand that at around the 18th of October you are going to be facing the situation where you need to really remember to stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, my gorgeous Erinis. This is what I need you to remember when it comes to the actual whole month of October, but especially when it comes to the actual 18th of October, or the stage and the period at around that time. What is actually going to be highlighted to you, it's almost going to kind of try to put you off from what you are doing and what you're kind of focusing on and what you're trying to achieve, almost as if you're gonna think, oh my god, there is something better. No baby, no. Just remember to stick to the plan. It is very important, okay? Stick to the plan. By sticking to the plan, you are going to stay committed to yourself. You're gonna do exactly what you always wanted to do. You will do what you want to do, but at the same time, by sticking to the plan, you are going to become aware of a rather bad investment that you would have otherwise made, and you're also going to become aware of the actual part of your life that came to an end, and there is no point trying and keep on trying. It's this to do with the part of your life that karmically came to an end, and this is going to be pointed out because you're going to feel like kind of negativity about it, so you are going to become aware of it anyway. But it's important for you to understand that now it's time to abandon the part of your life that no longer serves you, and it's only dragging and dragging and dragging and doing nothing but draining your energy at this moment in time. And also, what else you're going to find out, the third thing that you're actually going to find out by sticking to the plan, well, this is the very, very exciting one. The third thing that you are going to actually find out is going to happen in between the 26th and the 31st of October. In between the 26th and the 31st of October 2022, you are going to become aware of pam pam pam, this is a big mama. You're going to become aware of an amazing opportunity, okay? And when you become aware of this amazing opportunity, you know, this is in itself going to make you at that moment in time ridiculously optimistic, and that optimism in itself is going to be a guiding light, baby. It's going to be a guiding star, that this is exactly what you should do, okay? And this is going to also be a sign that now it's time to take action, and it's to do with all those things that you're actually passionate about. So this is why this is going to be so important. By you sticking to the plan, you're also going to reconnect with yourself, but at the same time, you know, you are gonna do the right thing. On another hand, my gorgeous Erinis, you know, at around the 8th of October, you are going to have such an important message. At around the 8th of October, you're going to have such an important message, and you're going to like this so much because it's like kind of going to surprise you. It's going to happen, this message, you know, it's going to be like kind of, you're going to feel like, oh my god, completely out of the blue. You will not expect this message whatsoever, and this message that you're going to have, it's all going to be about a sudden progress in your life. But you're going to like this a lot, because at the same time, the fact that you are going to have this sudden progress is going to allow you, and it's going to make you aware of the fact that you are going to be able to make such a powerful decision. And that is the fact that you're going to be able to make such a powerful decision, it's at the same time going to become like you know, it's at the same time going to become such a huge resolution of like an ongoing problem in your life. It's going to become a conclusion, which is going to start bringing healing at that moment in time. But at the same time, you know, like about 7 days after that moment in time, you are going to need to have a really important conversation, because if you don't have an important conversation with someone about this, and it's to do with someone kind of powerful, someone strong, maybe it's even to do with like somebody who's like connected to some kind of authority, if you don't have this like kind of communication, then you are not going to move on, because that communication is needed with that particular person, because it's all about a compromise, a very, very successful compromise. So it's not only about this compromise, but what you're going to gain out of that compromise. Really, it's more like about a realization and inspiration that you're going to have, my gorgeous Aries. And look at this, an inspiration that you're going to have. It's also, look at this, it's going to be so beneficial. This inspiration is going to be so beneficial for you to kind of pinpoint and realize the aspects of your life that are missing. The certain things that you left behind like a long time ago that you should bring into this present moment in time. So it's also to do with a bit of a nostalgia that you are going to have at the time, but this is important to pick up the missing part of you. And I call it the missing part because sometimes we lose ourselves, with things that we are doing, and that's absolutely fine as long as we come back home to ourselves. And what do I mean by this? I mean that there is an aspect of you that is very unique to you that you're not doing, and you need to find a place in this world, in this life right now, in order to bring this out of you. It is important because it's going to bring you so much hope. It is going to bring you so much power in terms of the actual you feeling re-energized at that moment in time, but also you having some kind of a hope now suddenly out of the blue. And the hope that you are going the hope that you are going to have, my gorgeous Aries, it's also like, oh my God, it's just gonna point the direction that you should kind of take on right now, and the sign that you are going to have. And this is really important because at around the same time you're going to have such a great sign that you are doing the right thing that you should possibly do in terms of your finances. And I know it's not all about the money. I know it's not all about being materialistic, blah, 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 and things like that. Of course it's not. But this is an important element and an important aspect of your life that is going to be playing an important role at this moment in time. That what you're doing right now, it's the right thing in terms of your finances and financial success and the maximum comfort that you're going to gain out of it. You are absolutely on the right path. This just fell out, by the way. Just remember this. The communication and collaboration, it's going to be important throughout the months. Talk as much as you can. Express yourself as much as you can. Do not wait for the right moment. Do not wait for the right time. Oh, when you feel perfect. No, baby, no. Just do things when you need to do them. Because couple of challenges that you are going to have, especially at around the 13th of October, the 23rd and the 23rd of October, the couple of challenges that you're going to have, it's also like you're going to need to do something really quite important and quite significant, but it's not going to seem as important as significant, almost as if you're like kind of being tested by somebody that you don't even know, that you're being watched by somebody that you don't even know. But my point is that when you come across these 2 particular days, you are going to be facing the couple of situations that where you're going to think like, I'm going to do this later, I don't feel right. No, baby, no. The point is to do it then, to respond. Your response needs to be like, you need to do whatever you are kind of facing. Do not put like kind of aside, I'm going to do it later because I don't feel well, because it's going to be like, you're not going to feel right, I'm going to wait until I feel right. No, baby, no. You need to do it at that moment in time, because there is something really specific that you're also going to find out about yourself. And this is really important, especially when it comes to like how to come up with a certain plan. And the certain plan was like kind of holding you down purely because of the contemplation that you've had for a while. And that contemplation is going to come to an end, because at around the 29th of October, you are going to have a hermit moment, and you are going to make such a wise decision. And the hermit moment that you're going to have at that time, my gorgeous Aries, it's also going to be, what is going to come to you. You will know that you kind of, it's going to be like connected to a bit bit of a hard work, and it's going to take slightly longer than what you thought, what is going to be on your mind. But at the same time, this is going to be ridiculously rewarding. So you need to pay attention to what is going to come up to you, what is going to come to you when you're kind of deep within yourself, and when this hermit moment takes over, you're just going to all sorts of different dimensions, and suddenly you feel so strong by facing some kind of a problem that in your life that would normally kind of put you off. Again, justice came out again. I'm telling you that this is going to be so rewarding, and at the same time, just pay attention to the advice that you're going to have at around the same time as well. The advice that you're going to have at around the same time, it is going to be kind of not only told to you, and not only you're not going to be the only one, almost as if like you're going to be part of the group of people who are going to be looking at someone or something like that, and there are lots of people who are going to gain that advice, but to you this is going to seem like something like, oh my god, because that advice is also going to give you an information that was missing in your life. And the information that I'm talking about, it's also like kind of gonna really it's gonna prevent you from doing unnecessary things in life in terms of the actual accomplishment, and you will see exactly what I mean. On another note, my gorgeous Aries, going back to the actual that compromise that you are going to have, which is going to inspire you like there is no tomorrow. After that moment in time, there is going to be someone really successful here at around the mid-October. Somebody very successful, somebody who's like a very much so who's going to motivate you so much, and I like this person quite a lot. So someone at around the mid-October, it's going to be playing such an important role in your life. This person is in your life. This person is very important to you. This person is really inspiring you, and this person at around the mid-October, it's actually gonna inspire you to the point where you are gonna be left with no options but to kind of like come up with a new plan. And the new plan is not something brand new like in your life. This is to do with the things that you wanted to do before, and especially when it comes to the last September, you kind of attempted this, not this September but the last September. Now I'm going a bit back now, so not September 2022, but I'm talking about the September 2021. This is when this plan started, my gorgeous Aries. This is important, not this September, but the last September. This plan is an important part of your life, okay? But something happened along the way, and you've changed your mind, and other things happen. Other things manifested in your life, and this affected your way of thinking, this affected your way of planning, and also external things from the outside affected you and slowed you down a little bit. Nothing surprising, because everything that people have been through over the last 2 or 3 years, of course, that it affected your way of thinking, it affected our way of planning and things like that. So this is nothing abnormal or anything like that. But the bottom line is, my gorgeous Aries, that you are actually going to come up with a really important new plan here, and that plan is at the same time, so it's not old, it's not something brand new, so it's coming from before, and now you are really kind of going to be inspired so much to take this on no matter what. So at around the mid-October, this is going to become absolutely evident. So it's to do with the new plan, and it's going to come from someone who inspired you so beautifully. This is going to give you so much hope, this inspiration, so much confidence, it's gonna make you it's almost gonna put you in a bit of a dreamy state, in a bit of a dreamy mode. And this is brilliant, because these feelings, emotions, and this vibration is ever so important when we are facing certain things in life that are making us so uncertain. So of course that this is kind of affecting us and slowing us down. So when we have someone who is inspiring us to this point, I mean, like, ooh la la, this is brilliant. This is not only you being inspired by just anything. This is you being inspired by understanding how important this aspect of your life is, and you're not going to be completely happy until you do this. You are going to be incomplete. Your life is going to be incomplete. Okay, so this is to do with like a pretty much a very relevant puzzle, which once this puzzle lands, onto your life. You know, this is like almost like the last puzzle that is going to land, and once this last puzzle comes down, you know, the whole picture is going to be completely different. But you're not going to realize this unless you throw yourself into this, because this in itself is going to bring you the whole new world of opportunities, of possibilities that have been waiting for you for a long time. So it's all entirely down to you. You will also understand the power and importance of people in your life, whether you know them, you know, like personally, or whether you don't know them. It doesn't matter. If people are motivating you and they make you feel so good about yourself, you know, they are most certainly, most importantly, meant to be in your life. And especially if people are motivating you to do good things, you know, to do important things, you know, if these people are basically the part of your spiritual awakening, because they have got such a positive impact on you. So of course these people are important, but it's to do with you understanding if you don't carry on with this plan, then your life is going to be incomplete. But then at the same time, few days after that moment in time, you know, it's just also like this is to do with like a very much so beautiful person in your life. Again, you see the importance of people in your life. You're gonna realize the importance of people in your life. This is to do with a beautiful female, a gorgeous person. These few days later, it's to do with when you become aware of like, oh my God, you know, my life, it's not going to be complete until I actually do this. And then it's going to be on your mind like, oh my God, but I'm just like kind of like, oh, I'm still like kind of like scared. I'm still like a little bit paranoid. I'm not too sure, because it's to do with the step, making an important step that was like kind of worrying you, because it's just to do with so much of an unknown. But this is good, because few days after that, within the next few days, there is a beautiful female, beautiful gorgeous person. She's absolutely amazing, and she's like kind of like a very spiritual, she's very quirky herself, she's like a very unusual. Sometimes people sometimes people don't understand her, you know, like she's the type of person, she's like a bit of a Marmite. Every say it here, you know, you either love her or you either hate her. You know, like a Marmite, you know. So it's like you either love her or you either hate her. It's like I'm just saying, you either like her or you either really dislike her. She's a very strong person, very powerful person. She's also very like kind of she has a good sense of humor, but also she's like very much so, as much as she's also like kind of business orientated, that much she's like a very spiritual as well. Well, this is the person that I'm trying to describe, and this is someone in your life who is yet again going to play an important role, because she will tell you something, she's going to give you an advice, and that advice that she's going to tell you and going to give you, it's going to consist of two things. One thing is like, you know, you are going to become aware of some kind of deception, some kind of dishonesty, some kind of danger, a quite bad influence, insincerity, a double dealing, and you're going to become aware of like a people that you should be cautious about. These are not people in your life, but she's going to be pointing out on the people on the outside. I think that this is going to make sense to you whatsoever, because it's all to do with the part of your journey and with your process in life, by confirming and knowing that what you're doing right now is the right thing. So this is only going to be really beneficial. So when I said that woman is going to give you really amazing advice, you know, it's going to consist of two things. She's going to point out to the people on the outside, and for some reason you are going to take this aspect and use it into your advantage, into your favor, and it's all going to confirm that what you're doing is the right thing. Then on another hand, she's also going to point you like the power of being honest with yourself, being honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. This is very, very important, okay? So these are two things that you're going to become aware of through that particular person. But this in itself, my gorgeous Aries, it's also going to be so important, you know, especially when it comes to you. You need to understand, this is not just like, oh my God, the opportunity here, opportunity there. No, baby, no. What is going to be going on throughout of October, it's going to lead towards a massive victory. You are going to have a massive victory by the end of October. You're going to have a massive understanding about yourself, about your life. It's like some kind of completely different picture that you are going to be able to gather. That completely different picture about yourself and about your life is so necessary. it's sorry, it's so necessary and it's so needed at this moment in your life, because it's just like kind of going to give you that last final push that you need so much. By the end of the month, you are gonna become aware of a very big victory. You're gonna feel very happy with yourself. You're gonna feel ridiculously pleased with yourself. You will see and you will know things that you didn't know before, and that is all part of this. You are gonna feel so honored about yourself. Honestly, you're going to feel so pleased with yourself, but also people in your life are going to feel so pleased about you as well. As I said, by the end of the October, you are going to have an important information, a news, and that information and news that you are going to have, it's all going to be about your own victory, about your own success, about your own power. There is so much that it's going to be confirmed to you through just that, you know, about things that you have been doing and trying to achieve, and things that you have been focusing on at a time when people, maybe certain people were saying, what are you doing? I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. It's just going to show you the power of your own intuition, but it's also going to help you to prove your own point. And that is like, my Lord, going to give you like one of the biggest inspirations in your life. My gorgeous Aries, what you need to remember that within the last 7 days of October, just, oh my God, there is so much that it's going to inspire you, and you're going to be surprised like where this inspiration is coming from. My Lord, you should take every single inspiration. Don't just take it like, oh my God, for granted and things like that. No, baby, no. This is meant to be. This is meant to be happening. And it's also these inspirations that you are going to have. I don't know how to explain this, because these inspirations that you are going to have within the last week of October, I don't know how to explain. It's not only inspiration, but it's also starting. It's the beginning. You know, it's to do with the beginning. It's to do with you giving birth to your creations. It's to do with you already starting process, already planting seeds without even realizing. So with the inspirations that you are going to have within the last week of October, at the same time, you need to know this is a bit more than just inspiration, because the seeds are at that moment in time indeed being planted already. When it comes to your nutrition, my gorgeous Erini, what I want to say to you is like, please, it's so important. I know I always say like, oh yeah, this and that, but please, you need to understand that you need to take something like a natural vitamin D3, which is going to boost your immune system, but it's at the same time going to increase your energy levels. You will need this. And also it's going to be super important for your sensitive bones. Okay, so natural vitamin D3, I highly recommend, of course, to get my own brand, because, you know, I decided to have my own brand with the natural supplements, because it was very difficult to find something so pure and of an exceptional quality and suitable for vegetarians, vegans and everyone, and like absolutely free from any rubbish or additives that I put in. It took me a while to make these, but they're absolutely brilliant. So this is a natural vitamin D3 that I highly recommend you, my gorgeous Erinis, alongside a natural zinc. This is going to be superb, perfect in combination with natural vitamin D3 to boost your immune system, to give you more energy. But it's also going to be super beneficial for your skin, hair and nails, because you're going to find your skin being quite dry. And the third thing that I want to recommend to you, it's like what I said last month. It's just so important. It's organic chlorella. Do you know why? I know it sounds crazy, but it's like the metals are absolutely everywhere. The metals are in the air. The metals are in the sky. The metals are in the ground. The metals are in the soil. Dangerous metals. These metals are making us like really unwell, really sick, really ill. It's affecting our mind. It's affecting our brain. It's preventing our body from absorbing nutrients. You know, that's really dangerous. And this is why organic chlorella is superb, because it's been proven many times over and over again that it has got a power to cleanse you from a toxic, you know, like a toxic metals, you know, it is absolutely superb to get rid of the actual toxic metals that we can have within, for the detoxification that we actually have within our body. And it's not only brilliant to detoxify all these metals, cells, but it's also brilliant for our brain, for our memory. It's got like a vitamins, minerals, it's rich in protein, and it's also rich in omega-3 essential fatty acids that our body does not produce by itself. So of course it's important, it's essential, but above all, it's going to help you to get rid of all these toxins, especially when it comes to metals indeed. So this is organic chlorella. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or a GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And the link to buy these vitamins are suitable for vegetarians, vegans, for everyone. And the link to buy these vitamins is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. If you can't find the vitamins like within the description below, right at the bottom, then you can just go on Google, just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and then you will see the page will pop up that way as well. So now, my gorgeous Aries, I'm going back on the very much so on the first day that it's going to be important, which is going to be the very 2nd of October. The 2nd of October, you are really gonna, don't be like, oh God, but on the 2nd of October, you are gonna be just struggling just a little bit, and the reason why you're gonna be struggling a little bit, it's only like you're going to have a little conflict with yourself because of the unsatisfied desires. These are two important words, unsatisfied desires, that you're gonna struggling because within yourself. This is good, this is important, because at the same time, this is going to create an obstacle in itself. So basically, now what is really important to mention here, when you become aware of these unsatisfied desires, this obstacle that you are going to have, by the time you get to the 7th of October, this is actually going to come to an end. There is a very, very important message that you are going to have, an information that you are going to have by the 7th of October, which is going to, like, oh my God, put a big smile on your face. But you will know, baby, that you're overcoming a really massive obstacle, especially when it comes to your unsatisfied desire. And this is brilliant because it's almost immediately going to provide you with a really two wonderful choices. And that in itself is going to put you, wow, on an advanced stage much earlier, much sooner than you actually expected. And of course, it's to do with your own victory. And it's just all about the actual, also very important. Just remember, this is going to be connected to like a pretty much so very important negotiation. But the negotiation is going to happen without you even realizing this one, without you even realizing it's happening. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting one. And even more so, basically somebody who's very consistent in your life, it's actually going to at around a similar time, somebody who's very consistent in your life, some kind of like a person who is connected to some kind of like a news and things like that. It's actually going to open your eyes and it's going to make you aware of the hidden enemies. And why is this important right now? Because by you being aware of like the actual hidden enemies, you are actually going to be able to put things in a certain order. And once that happens, you are going to have a very interesting idea, because now the fact that you're going to become aware of these hidden enemies, this is important to know who they are. No, baby, no, this is nobody in your life. This is nobody connected to you directly. This is nobody around you, like Mark, John, Lorraine, Jane, Mary. This is nobody nobody connected to you, like around. But it's like, you're going to need to work this out. It's somebody on the outside, somebody in a dark energy vibrational world out there, You're going to need to work out who this is. But you becoming aware of these hidden enemies at the same time, my gorgeous Aries, this is going to, do you know what? It's going to actually make you feel really happy and joyful and positive. Exuberant. You know why? Because it's going to confirm to you, like, this is going to bring you very personal confirmation. But on another hand, you are gonna it's going to bring you clarity and something that is going to be exposed to you at the same time that was actually hidden, that you weren't aware of. So you're going to become fully aware of this. So this is all going to be contributing towards you understanding that you are doing the right thing. So of course that this is going to be quite important. And even more so, this is going to lead, look at this, my gorgeous Aries, this is going to, oh god, you see that this card just didn't want to come in. This is gonna lead towards you, you know, feeling so happy with yourself. You know, there is so much that you're going to realize after this moment in time about yourself, about the world around you, about the people, about your own power, about what's important in your life, what's not important in your life. And especially when it comes to 22nd of October, this is going to be a big moment, you know. Oh my God, you're just going to realize suddenly you're going to feel so strong here, so grounded, so centered, you know. There is a vibration and energy that you're going to have like you haven't, you know, that you didn't have in a long time. This is brilliant. Suddenly you're going to become aware of what's important and what's not important, and this is going to keep you going. It's going to become the main driving force in your life, and at the same time, you know, it's just going to basically, it's going to make you aware, like, you know, like, where do you need to kind of like, what do you need to do, where do you need to put more energy and investment in, what part of your life do you need to kind of like really kind of nurture more, because it's going to be different to the part of your life that you will kind of maybe paying attention to so far. It's just going to show you that things are changing in terms of not your responsibilities, but in terms of like, you know, like what is in terms of priorities, for example. So this is also always a really good sign. And also when it comes to passion, when it comes to, you see this absolutely gorgeous pendant here, look at this, is my brand new line, and these are gorgeous. Look, it's slightly large, and it's basically Indonesian plum agate, absolutely beautiful. When it comes to your balance, when it comes to like you feeling connected, you feeling positive, when it comes to strength, when it comes to confidence, when it comes to passion, every single time when you want to feel a bit passion, every single time when you want a bit confidence, every single time when you want to feel strong, every single time when you want that bit of extra self-esteem, you know, you just feel so undestroyable, unbreakable. On one hand it increases your energy levels, but on another hand it makes you passionate about life. It's not only about work, career and things like that, but it's about us coming back home to ourselves and understanding the importance of us following things that make us feel happy. Sometimes we forget about it, you know, sometimes we just work, plod along and things like that. We lose ourselves so often in craziness, you know, but at the same time this kind of is such a great balance. It helps you to come down, come back, to ground yourself, but at the same time it makes you really passionate about your life, about yourself, about people, you know, personal things and things like that. So this is something I really highly recommend you to get. Indonesian plum agate, the link is in the description below. Of course, this is a beautiful piece that re-energizes you instantly, but at the same time it gives you the you get this gorgeous sterling silver chain as well. Okay, so to buy this, the link is in the description below, my gorgeous Aries. Indeed, by buying things from my channel you're also supporting my channel as well. The second important date that I'm going to mention, it's going to be on the 18th of October. Now on the 18th of October, it's just basically, this is a lot to do, sorry, this is a lot to do with your own reflection, you know, but at the same time, when you're relaxing, you're chilling out and you're not thinking about anything, this is a very special state of our mind, you know, because we don't prevent ourselves from being ourselves. Very often people don't understand the intensity of us preventing our own spirit from moving on just because we don't trust our soul, we don't trust our own spirit. And how you don't trust your own soul, how don't you trust your own spirit? Well, you're questioning yourself, when you're questioning your intuition, you're questioning your internal guidance, and you give sometimes power to someone else more than you should give to yourself. And that means that you don't trust your own spirit. You must trust your own intuition, you must trust your own spirit, okay? Even if you do it wrong, you're meant to be doing it wrong. That means that you need to repeat certain things until you learn, okay? So it's all part of the process, you know. Just remember, every single one of us has chosen to come on this earth. Crazy, I know, but it's true. Every single one of us has chosen to come to this place. Okay, and this is a fact, whether you believe this or not. There is a reason for it, why we chose to live on the earth. Because earth, it's very, very difficult, the life is not meant to be, oh yeah, gorgeous, beautiful. But when you know the secret little formula, nothing can stop you, my gorgeous Aries, ever again. And this is exactly what's happening here. On the 18th of October, you are gonna have a moment when you're relaxing, when you're chilling out, and you're thinking about something completely different, whether you're going to be meditating, whether you're going to be in the forest somewhere, whether you're going to sit in by the water, by the river, which is really spiritual at the same time, whether you're going to be just sleeping and then you wake up and then suddenly, oh my god, suddenly something comes to you. Trust me, it comes from somewhere else, and then you're surprised, like, oh my god, I feel so intense about it. But the bottom line is that something is going to come to you when you absolutely don't expect it, and this is going to surprise you, because you're going to feel very strong to offer like some kind of services and efforts towards like something very specific in your life. And you must not ignore this guidance, for the love of God. You must not ignore this guidance whatsoever. Your spirit guide, your guardian angel is watching over you and just pointing out something that needs a little bit of more of your energy. You will heal that path. You will heal yourself. You will heal lots of other people at the same time without even knowing. You will not be able to understand this right now, but most importantly, you are going to be able to understand this in December 2022. Trust me. Okay, so now that in itself, it's also like kind of like a really, you know, this specific goal, this is going to become obvious here, and this is brilliant, because, you know, this is actually going to make you feel very successful. You will not realize this at the time, but then at the same time, somebody who's very loyal to you, somebody who's really kind of like important to you, the certain person, it's actually going to make you aware of also that this is a very, very wise investment. This is something really wise that you're doing right now. And this is to do because it's a lot to do with your prosperity, with your well-being, with a luxury in your life, with extreme comfort, but it's all boiling down to the actual financial security, you feeling grounded. But at the same time, you need to understand to be sharp and quick. This is very important for you to understand, to be sharp and quick, because this is also going to reflect on maybe if you felt lonely, you know, this is also going to reflect on your own loneliness. I'm not saying that you've been lonely, but I'm just saying that this aspect of your life, it's actually going to open the door, which is going to change something in terms of people start going, walking into your life through this specific channel here. And also, this is all what is going to be happening on the 18th of October. You know, by the time you get to the 24th of October, you will know, like, oh my God, already that this is like the big, massive scale of change, especially when it comes to the actual change that this is actually going to bring. This is going to reflect on your home quite a lot, primarily on your happiness, on your joy, on your pleasure, because you will know that the fact that you are going to feel such a powerful contentment here, this is going to point out the big change that you are going to need to make. And the big change that you're going to need to make, it's naturally going to come to you, but it's actually going to involve your home, your immediate environment, you know, because this is something that you're going to need to do indeed. And also, when it comes to the actual 24th of October, my gorgeous Aries, you know what is really important when it comes to the 24th of October? That, you know, suddenly you're going to feel very strongly to kind of learn something. It's to do with a specific subject. My goodness, this is so important. Like, just do not ignore this again. At around the 24th of October, or at around the 24th of October, it could be day earlier, it could be day later, it could be on that particular day. Now suddenly you're gonna like kind of want to learn about a specific subject or a career. Listen to me very carefully. Death, okay? It's not a death. It's the death of the horrible life that no longer serves you. It's the death of a bastard life. It's the death of those things that made you feel so unhappy and so negative, and just they drained your energy, they drained your courage, they affected your self-esteem. The bottom line is, listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Aries. I'm going to say this only once. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. Listen, that subject that you're going to become aware of, it's actually that you want to learn about. it's like a hidden little treasure. It's like a hidden little gem. Do you know why? Because that subject that you're going to become aware of, that suddenly you will want to learn about, it's also going to be your very much so clear sign that this is something that you need to do. That subject that you're going to come across, it's going to transform your life. So this is what you need to understand. It's going to help you to transform your life, and this is going to be the beginning of it. And also at the same time, the fact that you are, again, it's going to be highlighted some kind of deception and dishonesty that you're going to become aware of. That in itself, it's also the fact that you're going to become aware of the deception and dishonesty, and it's again nothing to do with people in your life, nothing to do with your spiritual circle, nothing to do with the people who are directly connected to you, but it's again to do with somebody on the outside or the people outside your particular bubble. Again, some kind of dishonesty is going to be highlighted, which is going to confirm to you that you are really, not only that this is going to bring amazing confirmation, it's going to make you realize, I want to do this like ASAP. You know, that deception that you're going to become aware on the outside is going to make you realize like, oh my God, I want to hurry up with this as soon as I can. But also, most importantly, it's bringing balance into your life when it comes to really, really powerful opportunity that is going to come out of it. This is going to give you a chance to transform your life, okay? But it's also going to give you a chance to show your skills. It's also going to give you like a chance to like, you know, to understand how powerful you are, how unique you are, how different you are. And it's also just basically going to give you a chance to transform, you know, like your plans into the actual reality. You see, your dreams, it's going to give you a chance to transform your dreams, you know, to make your dreams happen, you know. So, oh my goodness, how important this month it's actually going to be. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Erini, of course. Look at this baby. Look at this gorgeous pendant. This is chrysocolla with azurite. Absolutely beautiful. And this is something that is going to help you to open yourself up. Chrysocolla with azurite, okay? The link is going to be in the description below. It's not only beautiful, but it's going to help you to talk, to communicate, to open yourself up, to understand the importance of communication. Even if we come across people who are dark lalas, who are as dark in energy and vibration, it's like so off-putting. But sometimes we must not let that affect us, our way of thinking, our way of planning. But it's to do with the people that are naturally energy vampires. Some of the people are energy vampires without even knowing, without even realizing. So this is what I'm trying to say here. But they're affecting our way of thinking, our way of planning. So this is why this pendant is so important, because it helps you to communicate. It helps you to learn so much more about the certain aspects of your life. But it's also absolutely incredible when it comes to transformation in your life, in our lives. This gorgeous pendant comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is of course in the description below. So the third important date, or the last important date, it was more than 3, I know. The last important date is going to be on the 31st of October. The 31st of October, you are really going to surprise yourself, because you will be kind of thinking about this particular day in a certain way. Like maybe you're going to think that you're going to be very negative for some reason, or you're going to think that this specific day, it's going to make you feel really calm. There is going to be like a really interesting surprise, because you are going to feel completely like kind of creative, ridiculously creative. And that creativity, it's like a very strong part of your own willpower. That creativity is a very strong part of your own self-confidence. That creativity, it's also basically at the time when you feel so creative, it depends what you're going to do. What you're going to be doing. Maybe you're going to be painting, maybe you're going to be drawing, maybe you're going to be running, maybe you're going to be like, I don't know, creating something. You know, it depends what you're going to feel kind of so creative about. But my point here is completely different to what is going to happen on the 18th of October, because on the 31st of October, through your own creativity, your power is going to rise in terms of understanding, because something is going to come to you. This is not only going to make you really extremely active, but something is going to make you, something is going to come to you. Okay, an idea, very interesting idea. how to do something proficiently, but at the same time this is going to make you feel very, very determined, and you are going to take this idea on, and trust me, later on you're going to find this ridiculously rewarding and very satisfactory in so many different ways, because it's not only about realizing the idea, but it's about the desires. It's to do with an idea, but you kind of going on the next stage of your life, something that was missing in your life. It's going to become absolutely obvious here through your own desires. So this is all going to lead towards you realizing certain desires, and these desires are so important, especially when it comes to the recognition of your own abilities, but also at the same time that you will know at that moment in time that you will be able to do this, because now the difference is that you are going to have a control over a situation, over your life, which is bringing you strength, courage, energy, determination, which is going to make you feel extremely active, which is going to make you feel extremely confident, and you will know that this is going to bring such an amazing, mind-blowing, big mama accomplishment into your life. And it's persistently going to be on your mind. What have you been through, the stress that you have been through, so much pressure that you've been through over the last year, so many problems that you had. You will know, baby, that this is going to this is gonna really gonna make you aware of the fact that there's so many problems that are about to be resolved through this as well. And not only that you're going to become aware of that, but you're also going to become aware of some kind of timing, how long this is going to take. You see how interesting this is going to be. So now, my gorgeous Aries, I'm just going to say briefly what is going to happen within the first part of October, mid part of October, just briefly, and the last part of October. So the first part of October, just remember, it's time to take action. It's time to give birth to your dreams. No matter what is going on in your life, no matter what is happening, now it's time. This is your life and it's all about you. Remember that also creative projects are going to be extremely successful, especially in terms of finances. Mid part of this month, it's basically it's just so important to see the humor in difficult situations. I'm not saying that you're gonna be oh my god, really difficult situation, but I'm just saying that this is important to remember when it comes to your own balance, because it is gonna be pretty much so you're gonna realize exactly which kind of people in situations do you need to release from your life that no longer serve you. So that in itself, this is why I need you to remember to see the humor in difficult situations, but also it's rather important to remember to focus on the actual career and the things that bring you a success on a materialistic level. The last part of this month, my gorgeous Aries, is this is it. Pam, pam, pam. An amazing, mind-blowing opportunity. An amazing opportunity is going to present itself to you in the last part of October. I do not know how to stress the importance of this. You need to be bold. You need to be courageous. You need to be optimistic. Now it's just to remind you again that it's time to take action. But especially when it comes to those things that you feel so passionate about, no matter what this is, whether this is to do with a stranger in the night, no, I'm joking, whether this is to do with our emotional life, our personal life, or whether this is to do with finances, career, you will know just to focus on those things that you feel so passionate about. That is the part of your journey that you should be paying attention to right now, and it's all according to our spirit and your karma, of course. So now, my gorgeous Aries, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Oh my god, the power of love. This is brilliant for those of you in relationship. This is amazing. I see something really amazing is going to happen when it comes to the actual couples. Maybe you had a bit of like an argument, maybe you had a bit of a disagreement, maybe something was like kind of stuck in the past that affected both of you and made you both a little bit stubborn. But I know that there is some kind of like something negative, it's kind of coming to an end when it comes to the couples. So this is brilliant because it's all about the understanding, but it's all about the cooperation. This is, look at this, the understanding and the cooperation of the couple means couple of things here. It means that, you know, very kind of negative situation that you both kind of disagreed in the past, it affected you without you even knowing, that it's coming to an end. But first of all, it's going to be just a little bit of disagreement, and then that disagreement is going to bring an old like kind of like a problem back, and you're going to be facing that problem. And normally you would both be like exploded because it's something that you disagree, but now you will see that this, you're going to be able to kind of like that problem is going to come to an end, because you're both going to be finding beneficial the amount of energy that you both have in order to face that situation. And this is going to be brilliant because it's at the same time going to help you to avoid the tower situation. And that is also a very good sign. This is what people tell me, oh my god, it's a tower situation, it's never a good sign. No baby, no, it depends what is going on, and it depends what is happening in your life. I'm telling you that the problem that I've been saying, that I've mentioned, is to do with the couples, and it's going to be keep on coming back until it gets resolved. And if you don't resolve this problem, when you have a bit of an argument, you need to do anything to resolve that problem. But if it doesn't, I see that you're going to resolve it, that's the whole point of this. But if you don't resolve this problem, it's going to lead towards an absolutely annoying and completely unnecessary tower in your life, because it was left unresolved. So this is the way it's going to come back to the surface. So as soon as you have a bit of a bickering, so it's to do with a little bit of a bickering that you're going to have, but then an old problem is going to come up. It's important for you to kind of like really deal with that problem immediately, because you are going to find this ridiculously rewarding, because this in itself, it's really going to help you to understand something so special about your partner, and your partner is going to understand something so special about yourself. But at the same time, it's going to show you the progress, and it's going to show you to both of you by the end of the month, you know, what exactly to focus on. It's going to show you exactly like what part of your life do you have to be committed at that moment in time, because in itself, it's going to show you and surprise you like a kind of things moving on really quickly after that moment in time. This is what I'm talking about, you know. Things are going to start moving on really nicely, especially when it comes to those things that were stuck for you too. And they were stuck because karmically you had to like kind of work on this, you see. And for those of you who are single and ready to stranger in the night, Erini in the morning, I'm joking. Those of you who are single and ready to stranger in the night, you see what I mean? Like, do you know what? You need to kind of work on yourself a little bit, my gorgeous Aries. This is important, because all this time you kind of maybe weren't ready. If you haven't had anybody so far in your life, all this time you weren't maybe ready. And it's meant to be like that because it's meant to be. Because it's to do with your spirit, it's to do with your journey. But something is going to happen on the 2nd of October, and something is going to happen on the 12th of October, and something is going to happen on the 22nd of October. All these days are going to bring you a different stranger in the night. No, I'm joking. Naughty Erini, naughty, behave Erini. No, I'm joking. These 3 days, sorry, I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood for dancing. These 3 days, my gorgeous Aries, are actually going to bring you some kind of wisdom, some kind of wiseness. You're going to realize things that you need to do in order to bring someone in your life, and you're going to realize that you were the only reason why you didn't have anyone in your life, because you weren't ready. I'm not blaming you for anything, but you weren't ready. You just maybe gave more kind of energy towards other things in life, we just made you feel a little bit restricted, and that restricted prevented you from making a necessary step and bring someone in your life. My point is that you're going to realize exactly what do you need to do. So it's going to come to you within these 3 days that, you know, what exactly you need to do, what exactly do you need to change. And the things that you need to do and change is about not making yourself to be way too frequently too restrained. You were way too frequently too restrained in order to let someone in your life because there was so much going on, you see. But now you're going to realize, and this is a good thing, and this in itself is going to start the process of change, okay? And that in itself is going to make you aware of exactly which readjustment you need to make in your life. And this readjustment is going to be something so big because it's going to be the right thing to do, because after that moment in time there is not going to be long until someone walks into your life indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.